The point of that last video I made is the absurdity of this whole scenario. What are they going to say now about these cops? Oh, it shows more of a problem of gun violence, more gun restrictions. You have to be completely sticking your head in the sand, ignoring the narrative that the far left, the mainstream media, and the what's left of the historical Democrat Party, the now Marxist Party, a wolf in sheep's clothing, their narrative, what they've been saying for the last several years, and especially this past year, demonizing cops. Are you not aware of all the anti-cop rhetoric and all the anti-cop terroristic violence by the hands of BLM and Antifa? Terrorist organizations that was openly supported by various Democrat politicians, sympathized with even by Joe Biden, and several people on his own campaign team bailed out these terrorists in order that they can go and continue in their acts of terrorism, both against white people for being white, against conservatives for being conservative, and against cops. So are you going to say this is just another evidence that we should have no guns on the street? When your side, the radical leftist side, is the side that has been encouraging these acts of violence against the police, so you want to get rid of the guns and you also want to get rid of the police. Have you thought this through? Isn't this supposed to be the party of science and reason? Reason my ass. The Democrat Party has become the greatest mockery of human rights that has ever existed. If we don't turn around, this world is going to go the way of Venezuela. There's no doubt about it. The people that the media and those who are anti-gun and anti-cop somehow, the people that they're wanting to put in power are openly advocating for Marxist ideals. This is the path of what has screwed up Cuba and Venezuela and countless other countries. Beacons of human rights, my ass. Wake up. You don't have to love Donald Trump and Republicans, but think for a second. You're against stereotyping all other people on earth, except for white people and conservatives. Think about the hypocrisy in that. Think for a moment that perhaps you're guilty of a little bit of bigotry as well, and maybe you need to take down some blinders for a moment and see if things are really as you have prejudicially assumed. In countless examples of socialist experiments, all the people that you claim to care about the rights of, and I believe many of you really do, their rights were trampled underfoot. Once socialism and communism took hold. From Che Guevara to Karl Marx and even to the Nazis. Oh yes, the Nazis. They were not American conservatives. They were national socialists. When you give too much power to government, yeah, they may be saying sweet things right now, but just like Kamala Harris and her opposing Joe Biden on the grounds of his having sexually harassed and assaulted various women, her believing that he has, according to their own testimony. But once she got in the position of power as the vice presidential nominee, suddenly she laughs at that same claim that she made when confronted about it. Chuckling, saying, oh, it was just a debate. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. Stop blinding yourselves and parroting what you see from the mainstream media. Look for the other perspective. Not saying every other perspective is true, but get a more balanced perspective. You're not as enlightened as you think. I don't claim to have all the answers, but I sure as heck know that there is no establishment that is immune to corruption, and power most certainly corrupts. Give more power to government, more government overreach, and you're going to get more corruption. If you don't like President Trump, fine, don't vote for him, but sure as hell don't vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Marxists in sheep's clothing.